9 this beautiful Wednesday morning, Wednesday the 19th of August 2026. And you're tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7, Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. And this is HerLens. My name is Asane Matila, and I have with me the beautiful ladies of HerLens. Good morning, Ibinabo. Good morning, Susan. How are you today?
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning, Lady Susan. Good morning, Lady Olufumi J. Good morning to all the beautiful ladies and gentlemen out there listening to us. It's great to be here. Thank you.
Good
It's
morning,
good to
Nima.
be
Good
here.
morning,
Good morning.
family. Good morning, Mom. Her Lens family. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. Good to be here. Thank you.
It's good to have you ladies here. Straight off the bat, the links for today, very, very, very interesting. In fact, it was Mami Betnabo that sent me the first one. I saw it this morning because I didn't even see it yesterday. And I was like, yeah. This is a very interesting conversation to have. A Nigerian lady has sparked widespread public debate after she said she ended her engagement following a comment made by her prospective mother-in-law during their introduction. What was the comment? The woman, her fiance's or ex-fiance's mom, had publicly declared that the women in her family deliver naturally and never undergo cesarean sections. Other people like laughed off the remark and some said amen, but she was like, to our partner, can you quickly explain to me what these mean, especially if there's a medical emergency? And her fiance had said, well, the family will not consent to a doctor recommended C-section, even to save her life or that of the unborn child, that instead she should pray against such an outcome. And when she realized that her partner was going to be like, I'm going to choose my family over you, over medical advice, and subsequently over you, she said, you know what, I'm not doing again. The ladies of HerLens, we've had this conversation time and time again. And yeah, starting with Susan, we have soaked up some traditions and culture that we don't even know why those things were family cultures, and we don't even know why those things were done like that in the first instance. I'll give an example. There's a story that my pastor used to tell us of a woman who in their family they cut off the fish in the middle, and nobody knew why that was happening until maybe generations after. Turns out that the reason why they used to cut the fish in half is because their mother, the gas cooker could not contain a big fish, so she cut it so that at least the fish can enter the grill at the bottom, the oven at the bottom. So a lot of times we have cultures that we've imbibed or family traditions that we've imbibed because of this thing. So Susan, what would you say to this? Because many women cannot, we have this what do you call that thing? Pressure to get married has made a lot of women marry and die in marriages because of these kinds of things. Are we applauding this woman? Are we saying go girl? Or who are we pointing our finger at the mother-in-law to say, how will you say that kind of thing at the introduction? Those are the questions, context and questions. Over to you, Susan.
Fumi, thank you so very much for starting with me as a chronically single lady. Then
I don't like the way you say that.
No, please allow me. Do you know whether the person listening is going to come and pay my dowry now?
You know what? Okay.
Okay, so but for me, in all honesty, I want to say kudos to that beautiful young lady. You see, one of the reasons why violence in any form of shape thrives in any society is when you see the red flag and you jump in. Just few days ago, which day, we're talking about, you see something and you think you can change that person. No, you don't do that. Not even in delivery. For me, I remember sharing here in June, my younger sister was never penciled down for a C-section And that was not her first child. This is my own flesh and blood. Àbúrò mi tó tẹ̀lé mi, Susan. And she goes for antenatal, and they say, oh, your BP is too high. We can't wait. We need an emergency C-section on you immediately. She had to call back her husband from work. We had to call my mom from work. My mom started the Hebrew woman story, and they called me, they know me. I said, no, we're not going to do Jagaban with someone's life. So imagine that kind of situation. That lady does not know what it will take for delivery. She doesn't know if her pelvic can allow for her to push. She is not God. So for me, I will applaud her. And for every young lady, young man, whatever, when you see the signs, because I mean, when we talk of gender-based violence, it's not only on women, it happens to men as well. So we are being holistic in our approach. When you see the signs, run. That guy who, even when you spoke with him privately, could not defend you, kept defending his mom. Toba Dojue, trust me, he is not going to even, he's going to allow whatever his mom says to overrule. That is seeing the red flag vividly, and you tear race. I agree to, when you talked about the fish story, yes, the fish story is even, it's even still accommodating. Do you understand? That is, yes, and nobody questioned. And that's why it's like Gen Z now. Everybody is asking questions. You don't tell us it is 10 and we listen and we say, it's 10, we put it into our pocket. Most times, people drop comments. People say things and you feel, no, it's just joking. Don't worry, when it gets to that time. No, don't do that. Let me stop here for now. Let Mami Binabo take over. But as a single lady, the single ladies are proud of you, sister.
All right, Mami Midabo, as someone married with children who's also maybe stood in the gap for moms on the wedding day. I like all your fudges. Should we have an etiquette book for mothers or family members when it comes to weddings and things to be said, whether at introduction? Should we have an etiquette book? At introduction, this is what you should say, this is what you should say. As a mother-in-law, this is what you should do, and this is what you should do to your future daughter-in-law. Is that something that we need? Or what? But yes, the floor is yours.
Okay, yeah, thank you. You see, what I believe is this. You see, when you want to go into such a very serious business like marriage, you have to pray. You have to pray hard.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the evidence that your prayers have been answered is when somebody will just come and open her mouth and say something that ordinarily probably she shouldn't have mentioned, and you will begin to experience this later. So for me, what the lady said, I mean, the bride to be, our action was not a shot off the mark. It was a spot on. The mother, God just made her to speak the truth on time, so that the lady would not have fallen into a trap whereby she would not begin to consider, or she wouldn't even know, because she probably would have had normal delivery and she wouldn't even know. But you see, the bottom line for me is this. For a woman, a mother whose son is old enough to marry, to have come out to say such a thing, it is an evidence of other things that are lying underneath. It's an evidence of what is obtainable in that family.
Mm-hmm.
A family that wouldn't, accept a C-section because they don't believe in it, even when the life of the mother or the baby is at risk. There are other underlying issues, there are other underlying danger that was not spoken, that would have unfolded should she have married into that family? So you see, God just used one stone to kill too many birds for her. And that is my opinion. As a mother, I know that childbirth is a medical event. And how a woman delivers depends on her safety and her baby's medical needs or the situation, not a family tradition. My very first child that I had via CS. Up until my last visit to the hospital for my antenatal, everything was fine. The doctor checked me. I had my clotting scan. Everything was fantastic. All did your labor. And then go into labor. The young, pretty, sweet me. I suffered. I endured. It was my doctor who said, no, we don't want to lose this person. Do you know that as of the time I was to be operated upon, my mother quickly went somewhere before she was back. There was no there was no cell phone then now. So it was my doctor who had to say, operate lady Omode. I was in labor for almost 48 hours. Now, if I don't know me now, if I don't buy go since. So now imagine my family will come and say, or my husband will come and say, hey, kiniko, they will just waste me like that. And for me, Nima, Susan will not have the opportunity to even know me or hear my voice. So you see, for me, the man did not say what he said. Maybe she just took a decision based on what the woman said. I would have advised that, she should have had a honest conversation with her fiancé and all of that. But the guy already gave his stance. I mean, what can far? What can cost here? My own life. Lay on the table. Am I Jesus Christ? Jesus Christ lay life for one now. My own is not the next. So I completely agree, support, sign, seal, deliver her decision. This is a major red flag. It's a major red flag. See, you do not enter a marriage hoping that issue will disappear, whatever issue that is major for you. Because if they are already telling you what medical treatment you will or you will not be allowed to receive, that is a giant red flag. It's a massive one. That is a major topic which underneath will have subheadings of Orishirishi Wahala. So for me, I completely support her. And I want to advise that, before proceeding with marriage, please establish one non-negotiable principle with your fiancé. And that is, if a qualified doctor says a medical intervention is necessary to save your life or your baby's life, you must be free to receive it. I have a friend, sorry to take our time, because this is a very, very, it touched this story. Because my very close friend, those days we were in school, she had an older sister who was pregnant, very beautiful lady. We used to wonder why she didn't go for beauty contest. Pretty, kind, nice Igbo lady. She will go into the kitchen and feed us. And this lady went into labor. Fumi, Susan, Nima. She went into labor and her husband refused to sign the whatever for to be operated upon. And the don't know.
Hi, Binababa. We cannot hear you any longer.
He now went to the family, the parents are, hey, come and sign, no, because me, I can't sign that. By the time they got there, oh my goodness, that lady died.
Oh.
She died. They eventually, oh my word, can you hear now?
Yes.
No. Oh. Oh, kí ló máa ń ṣe ní- Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Uh-uh. Audible now. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's audible now. Yes.
Wrap up, please. By the time they got there and operated on her, it was too late. She died, but the baby survived. So out of anger, the family, a family member, a father and a mother just took the baby. And do you know what? The man was not even, oh God, the man was not even sorry.
Hmm.
He said, kiniko, if they will take the baby, then they should refund his bride price.
Ah,
Any more, I don't know. I'm not going to use him to judge that part of the country because I've met such wonderful people from the eastern region. Susan happens to be one of them. So I'm not going to use one very, let me not say anything on air, please, man to judge everybody. That was how my friend lost her sister. I can never get over it. Each time I remember it, man, oh man, frustrates me. Oh, the boy is a big boy now. And then the father will come one day and say, hey, this boy is not caring for me. Hey, he doesn't kiniko, because the boy is a very successful young man today. Well, please, if that is the only reason you are living, please leave, because it's about your life. Life has no duplicate. God has given us life. It is our responsibility to keep it, to protect it. Thank you.
thank you very much, Ibinabo. For me, you're muted. Oh.
My brain is
It busts
this
your brain.
it buzzes my brain. And the thing is, somebody would hear Mbedabello's story and say, oh, maybe it was recent. This is how many years, maybe over 20 years ago that this has happened, and we're still seeing the same thing happen in the year 2026. And I'm very particular about language, which is why I don't like people when they say natural birth, because it's vaginal birth. Because when you now say something is natural, and even though I understand why they say it's natural birth, because that's the body, the baby is coming out of the body as it should, right? When you now say natural birth, automatically it signals that maybe cesarean sections are not natural, which is what perpetuates this.
I want to ask the ladies, go.
Please
Have
go
you heard
ahead.
have you heard people say any woman who does, let me use Fumi's word, have a natural birth and goes through cesarean section is a lazy woman. And as
Oh,
such, after she has given birth to the child, there is no such thing as resting. Seeing
if
as
you
she
never
so
said it,
precise. Ibinabo wants to deal with me.
Susan, sorry, please. You see, I mean, ladies, please. You see, I told you that my very first baby I had via CS.
Hmm.
You should have seen me when I was pregnant. Even with if you view me from my behind, no say I get belly. Oh my goodness! If you see me in my mini, I was a sweet pregnant woman. More, I was not lazy. But after I had my baby, a woman came visiting, and when she got to know that I had my baby via CS, woman run and rough, and God gave me patience. Because
Hmm.
can pay is she go here. I will not spare her. Oh, I was on the bed. She came in. For you to know how close she was to the family, she was allowed to come into my bedroom. And she came in, lovely baby. And say, IB, oh my sholeke. You want to smart, to sharp. You smart and sharp, pretty lady. How did you now become lazy in the labor room? When she said that, I looked at her like this. It's like I should just kick out out of the room, but I didn't say anything. I was just looking at her. My mother say, God help me. If I open my mouth, and this one will come, she go fight the whole family. She don't come to this family again. I just jelly, because I called my mom and said, look, I don't want to see that woman in this house again. Why would you come to me? You're not happy seeing me that I'm alive. Do you know that the day I had my baby, Somebody else had her baby versus and she died.
Hmm.
With all of the intervention, she still lost her life. And then you are coming to me telling me pe mo ṣe ọ̀lẹ. I would have given her one blow to show that I'm not ọ̀lẹ o. But I just had to hold it together because I could, do you know what it means to have CS? Then I'm talking about over 20 years ago. I could not walk. Me that I was having my once I have my baby, hey me, I will snap back. Me and my kiniko, my jacket, my suit, my kiniko. I was just molenu. Now look at me, seriously. Mo wan bend dear. Mo only be grandma because when while I was coming round, I wasn't meant to have woken up. By the time I woke up, I came round. I just sneezed and I just woke up violently, and a corner of my CS tore.
Hmm.
They had to call the doctors. They quickly came. They couldn't sew it again, so they had to just pack it with whatever. Double pain. And then one woman would come and drag herself out. I told her later, I said, Mommy, because that's enjoy. Oh, she said, Muko, I just told her straight up and I left her face like that. Wait, I mean, how do you do that? Oh, my mother sat beside me on the bed in the hospital. She didn't sleep. She had to hold my hand because I shouldn't shake. You know those days now? Then somebody will come and tell me Ole Moshe. I for kick her to say that I wasn't Ole. So you see, people misunderstand these things. They believe thereafter my other children, I had them via natural birth. That was the one and only birth I had via CS. The rest of my children were natural births. So suddenly I grew 6 packs, Abi. Suddenly I have strength now to have other children. People should just be mindful of how they use words. Please. People have died. A friend of mine lost her baby. The only girl she would have had. She already had 2 sons. The 3rd child was a girl. And the husband insisted, I want to be the ones you had earlier. You did not fear baby one. They did not cut your belly to burn them. It was wasting time until the woman eventually had the baby. The baby was, and I know is a baby in Yoruba, a baby that comes with the umbilical cord tied around the neck. And that was why the baby could not come out, because the baby had the umbilical cord tied around her neck. And this baby was forced out of this woman's stomach, and this baby was choked to death. And that was the only girl she would have had. She no get daughter. And she will imagine, will she ever forgive that man? And then they'll come and say, forgiveness is kiniko. The man stood. He stood. She must have a baby natural birth. So please, let's stop this thing. The most important thing is, whatever will save the life of your wife and your baby, stand by it. Put your append to it, sign it. You can go and look for money later. So the hospital want to do it for you, and then you bring money later. Please go ahead and do it. You cannot waste a life because of how much. Is any amount worth the life of your wife or your baby? Thank you. From this is a very sorry, your man touch you. I want to go touch Narami. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ibn Abel, for your submission.
You have the same question for Susan, isn't it?
No.
No. Okay, we can go to the next one. Nima, over to you.
Okay, for me, sorry. Quickly, I want to interject. Yes, let me just say this. And I want to say that both CS and vaginal birth are both natural. It just depends. Yes, it just depends on the option that is suitable for you. I have volunteered in a health facility where, if you cannot manage, maybe because of pelvic bone, or maybe because you cannot or breach, you will be sent to a tertiary institution. I beg your pardon, to a secondary institution, which is the general hospital, to go and have a C-section. Both C-section, both vagina, they are both natural births. They are both methods. And for those people who say lazy, I'm bringing in this context because on HerLens, we discuss holistically. Some women with disabilities, due to their disabilities and the fact that their lower bodies cannot be able to manage pushing of a child, you see, they end up using CS. And I've seen over the years, 10, 15 years ago, when I was still working with the health sector, you would see people saying, oh, Mashallah, when we go for meetings, just like what Mami Binabo just said, they will be telling them that, Nkoto Yeko, and I want them severely with every fiber in me. Stop that. You don't know your own pelvic distance. You might see 3 persons sitting on a wheelchair, 3 persons with crutches. Our pelvic bones are different.
Mhm.
Our health conditions are different. So you do not know the reason why the best option for this person is do a CS and bring out that child. It's not only for women without disabilities. Women with disabilities also suffer this discrimination. I call it discrimination.
Mm.
When you're talking of Hebrew women, blah, 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 as if we are not Hebrew women because we come out alive with our babies just because we chose CS, you know. And when you have this long-term labor, sometimes those children end up with cerebral palsy. They end up with
Mm.
cerebral palsy and other forms of disabilities. And we do not want to continue to increase the population. We're already over 35 million in Nigeria. So I needed to also shed light into this. Some of the people you see with CP today was as a result of um, prolonged labor. So many complications that come with certain disabilities was because of prolonged labors. So we also need to address these things and ensure that the public has a proper understanding that you give birth through CS does not mean you are not a Hebrew woman. It does not mean that you are lazy. Thank you.
Did
Good
you say
morning.
we have a call?
Yes, I did.
Please go ahead.
Good morning,
Hello.
Mrs. Oboli.
Hi, good morning, Nima.
Good morning, my queen.
Good morning, Queen Mother. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Mrs. Ebony.
Okay, let me just chime in on Susan. Sorry I brought you in when I called. I just find it utterly ridiculous that in 2026 we are still discussing natural delivery, vaginal delivery versus CS. But it is what it is, and the sensitization is quite necessary as it stands. Since some men and some families and even some society, society is also tilting towards us having this convo on a regular basis. It is imperative we do one thing, broaden the spectrum and enlighten them, because I want to feel they are unenlightened. Some even enlightened people also told this fact. Be more through CS, more money. And I'm asking myself, are you serious about this at all? First off, I have had 2 CS operations. And like Susan rightly said now, sometimes prolonged labor leads to cerebral palsy. Not in all cases, but sometimes. And the most painful thing is some people that refuse to do CS, do you know that when the child eventually dies, they will be operated upon, and that CS, so you don't want to make the pikin come out and make the mama be alive. You'll eventually bring out a dead baby through cesarean operation, because you can't deliver naturally a child that is already dead in your stomach. So I'm asking myself, who lose at the end of the day? I've had 2 CS operations. In fact, the first one I had, that was for my third child, the third and the fourth. For my third child, it won't use hand come out, and I was operated upon. Where am I going? How will you allow pikin use hand come out? No be head, no be bomb. It had to be done. Thank God that girl is 13, going on 14 today. Now, you look at it and you ask, in fact, I didn't even know I had given birth. Because for 3-4 days, I blanked out. I was in coma totally. I was in coma. My mother even carried the pikin after they cry. She was like, nah, this girl I know. Wait, Bona, let's turn her and know. So, one pikin no fit kill my pikin, make she come be alive. My mom was just jittery. Will she wake up? I was just hearing echo, like I had gone. A mother that just gave birth. Would you call me lazy? The first two delivery was natural, vaginal birth. Will now somebody now call me lazy? The first one too was I was having contractions, but my cervix was not opening. And they said, if I don't want this child to die, I should just do the operation. And immediately my husband signed and we got it done immediately. And today that boy is 7. Where am I going to? A child you don't do CS on when it is right and necessary because you have an unkind partner, you have an unenlightened partner, because you don't have a partner that should be able to understand that your life is far more important than every other prerogative. I don't think it is worth having that partner or that man as a husband. And the family should be, stay clear. There should be boundaries. This is my wife's life. This is my child about to be born. I heard a story yesterday. They said the mother-in-law, they were asking, they said they can only save one person, the wife of the man or the baby. And the mother-in-law, that's the husband's wife, said, come, save this baby. You will marry another person. Save the baby's life because this is going to be your first child and it's a boy. And I'm asking myself, so it simply infers that the wife's life does not matter. It is the child. The height of selfishness runs deep. So I am saying, whether vaginal delivery or CS, for who do part-time, who do full-time, everybody at the same degree they go get. So why are we still having this argument? Why are we still having this discourse? It's because of the fact that some people just feel they want to remain in the archaic and medieval days of existence when monkey know they wear pants. It's so crazily alarming, the height that some people would go to say it cannot deliver naturally. Don't even go the whole 9 years at all. It's a shame, honestly. We should don't go past this level. We should don't come out past this level. And thank you, everyone, this morning, ladies, for enlightening the populace about this, because I tell you, it is a menace out there, and it's killing our women pretty fast than you know. Good morning, everyone. This is so close to us. That is why I am passionate about it. It's so painful. I have had to, and this is me. If I don't die, will the life stop because of me? I beg. Good morning. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli. In fact, one of the things that came to my mind, I know I'm supposed to go to the next one, but it's okay. Ladies, I hope it's okay if we're still dwelling on this one, because I have some more questions for you. When Mama Benabo was speaking, she said it was a woman that spoke to her. Do you think, I find that it is women that are perpetrating these things that are,
Let me add to what Fumi is saying. You took it right from my mouth. I had this woman tell another woman that ìgbà táwọn bímọ tán, ọjọ́ ìkómọ yẹn àwọn lọ gúnyán.
what?
Yeah. You understand what I said, right?
The woman who gave birth is the one that went to go and pound yam.
I should be telling you that Fumi, after I had my child, on the next ceremony, I pounded yam. So you are telling me that you want to call Oloko caterers to cook for you. I asked what are they cooking? Just jollof rice and meat. And I'm like, but me, I pounded yam now. Why can't you pound yam? After you've had 7-8 days to rest.
Let's let Susan respond before Mama Benabo, because my brain is. Hi, Susan.
You see, yes, you see, for me, it's that is what I would say. Emma Fiagalago. I have seen several stories from different women. Some people are quite strong. They do a couple of things after birth. But I know of a truth that if your body cannot carry it, please rest. In my place, I am an Igbo woman. In my place, it is not allowed that the woman, except you are married to a wrong family, that the woman does anything. That's why you even have grandmothers coming for Mugo. You have sisters coming in for Mugo. They are supposed to help you take a bath, give you a hot bath, make food for you, take care of you. You are in recovery. Whether the birth is vaginal or it is CS, you are in recovery after childbirth. I was telling my friend, was it last month or last 2 months? Because when it was time for name, he said his wife went to a young man like you. Oh, la nurara, onikilode. Money, you could not go to the market to help your wife buy these things. I mean, this lady just put to bed barely 7 days.
She was the one that went to buy things for naming.
Went to markets. I was sad. I was totally upset because it also shows the kind of human being you live in the house with. And that is why I'm very particular about red flags. How does that man treat you? Because ṣebí ó fẹ́ lọ ra nǹkan tá máa fi mo ní kí ni ìwọ dẹ̀ gbà kó lọ. Àbá ẹ jẹ́ á máa bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Let us fear God. How do you treat your? It is not a show of strength. You don't know what this woman passed through. This is 2 months plus after birth, and my mom stayed there for close to 6 weeks. My mom works, and my mom was going to work from her place, even though it was not convenient for my mother because my mom is not mobile. Now, when my mom needed to travel for August meeting, she had to move my sister. And mind you, my youngest sister stayed back to help her. When my mom was about to travel, because there's another sister who is her immediate younger, my mom moved them to our family, to where we live, so that she has 2 sisters, helping her with her baby and the older child. You understand? A woman who just put to bed, it is not Ole. Do you know what her body went through? And this is why I have always been an advocate of, I just pray an opportunity, God grants me that opportunity. I advocate for men to be in the room where their wives are giving birth for me. If you see that particular episode, maybe, just maybe, it will trigger humanity beyond words in these men, even if your mother says, oh, sure, you will be the one fighting for this woman. I felt peace because this is a young man, maybe in his early 30s or something, and your young wife put to bed. You allowed her for the 8 days, after 8 days, to be the one to go to market. Oh, do me. But the bowie gone. I spoke to him. I was upset. When he says he has gone out, his mom has come. I said, come on, your mom will still go back. I need men who have blood and water running through their veins, who know that this person who has given birth is my better half, who wants to support me. If I don't see all of those things, trust me, Fumi, I'm not going under the same roof with you. Being single is not a crime. Thank you.
I know that Mama Benabo is probably boiling.
Because what happened to getting a personal shopper for the woman?
All those olopos serve, all the olopos
to the market now, you just pay them extra.
Fumi, Nima, even if you don't have money, I need to see you show concern. Are you saying that even in your church, in the place where you work or something, you have not seen one person you can trust? Nima, I don't, January to December, except I go to a shopping mall, I eat, but I don't go to markets. Not because I have everything figured out, but because I have to, outsource some of these things. I'm not rich. I don't even have 1 naira as I'm sitting here. But then I have to outsource them. Let's be real. You don't need to be rich, because once people hear call Olokbo, Owoda, don't you have anybody in your circle you can trust to send on these errands? At least for this time, let her just recover.
Mami Blabba, over to you.
Afi suru. Patience na virtue. If you don't get them, you go buy them. Because sometimes when you hear some stories, the thing will come on top of your head. Like they hawk them up and down with anger. You see some men, the sad parts. Even some men who have had empirical experience as it pertains to childbirth, some of them are still as heartless, are still as unfeeling as a non-living thing.
Absolutely.
You see, I know a lady who, because she was trying to avoid, everybody knew what they did to her. When she, yes, strong, can you call, hey, boss. So on the day of naming gone, she was going up and down the stairs. On Lombo. Mama, can you call? They came to cook. You understand? Instead of her to sit down in the room, Jeje,
Person who just
and gather
born.
for the activities of later in the day. She was going up and down. See, person just born, eh? She was enjoying the fake. This life, eh? People go hail you, enter hole.
Yes. Yes.
So, do you know what happened to this lady? Young lady, oh, she fell down. She fell down right in the living room, in the presence of some family members who had come to help with the cooking and the naming ceremony later in the day and everything. So you know what? All the food activities were suspended. She was rushed to the hospital.
Us.
Almost, she was in the hospital for 5 days.
Hmm.
Now, she used to be my neighbor when we were little. When I went to visit her, I told her, I said, you dey show muscle. Muscle dey tear. My people go say muscle dey tear. If your muscle too strong, it go tear. You see, I believe that as much as whatever we do, even if you are recovering from an illness, you shouldn't just keep lying about on the bed. You need to move a bit up and down, little by little, to recover. But to want to now rush it because you want to impress people. Oh,
Hey.
whether you like it or not. I don't believe in living a lie, trying to prove to people. If you don't like the way I am, please leave me alone. Let me be. Because I was trying to do the right thing. And where I come from, I'm from River State. Where I come from, when you give birth, you are in the fattening room for 3 months. Whoa, what to be a swear. If you are a gym person, you better, while you are still pregnant, begin to tell your people that, this fattening room thing, let them know. Because after giving birth, even if your husband does not have money, family members will gather. Though they go take my business later, like, you got whatever, you don't see money do fattening room. But they will still gather and support. Where I come from, a new mom does not go about doing things. She is pampered. They take care of her. They even want to make her come out in 3 months' time looking very beautiful. We have some things we mix together to rub on her skin, to do this and that, so that on the 3rd month, when she's coming out for naming ceremony proper, she's looking very fresh. And the fresher, the more you are plump, the more you are looking big. That is what speaks to your husband's pocket. Your husband's pocket is deep. Okay, lowo, so you see, I would say that mostly this you are lazy, you are this, you are that, is from our side here down west. It's very common. Just as we know that some things are common with us up down east, and there's some things are common with us up north. Some things are very synonymous with us down west here. Àwọn ọlọ́mọ ní ìyàwó tó bímọ ọ̀lẹ ni ẹ́, o lè gúnyán, o lè ṣe lè. You can't say that where I come from. In fact, if they see it, your husband people, their history no go finish. They will be using them as example. Don't go and marry into that family where you will give birth today and you start pounding yam tomorrow. So you understand? So please, let us borrow. There is strength and beauty in our diversity. Whatever is beautiful about the Calabaris where I come from, can we just emulate from other places? Whatever is beautiful about the Yorubas, can the Calabaris please emulate and let us live well and stop making life look like it is one hell of a hard knock. Ejo, let the woman breathe. Pregnancy 9 months is not funny. Olufumi can testify to that. 5 months pregnancy, not be yoke, like my Calabar people will say, not be yoke. You are pregnant. For me, I cannot sleep face up when I was pregnant. Don't be me. I will faint. I was always sleeping on my sides, sideways. And all my sides go, they pay me to sleep face up. I no fit. So I was always looking forward to when I would give birth and I would be able to sleep face up again. So for me to have gone through that, then somebody come and tell me that I am lazy. Don't say it again, because you will hear what you know one hear. Please. Let us learn to pamper our wives. I'm not saying the woman should be, a pregnant woman should be lazy, because you need to move around so that to aid your labor. But to now make her work, come along begi, come along lagi, come along shegbasha, so that she will prove that she's a woman of strength. Oh, cool. But basi kokore afeyawo le o. Period. Thank you.
I like the way you never spoke Yoruba. The way she said it, like all these Ilu-okay people. You understand? Not like Lagos Yoruba.
I told you that she speaks Yoruba better than me. It was
Me and Mami Binabo, I have a question for both of you.
we don't. There's no
No, you're
question.
not
We've run out
responding
of time.
today. You're not
We
responding today. Think about
okay.
it and answer me. Why
Okay.
are you women? And I'm asking all the mothers out there. You come out to say, "Oh, my back was paining me. Oh, my head was paining me," and you still get pregnant again. I want to understand. Ask my mother. She doesn't have a response. Till today, she has not responded because she says she doesn't know what to say. You can respond to me another day. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of HerLens on Women Radio 91.7.
If the was going to come and deal with you in private, don't worry.
You are listening to the voices of myself, Olufumi J, and the beautiful ladies of HerLens, Susan and Ibinabo. Catch us tomorrow by 9:05 for another edition from us. It's a good morning. Have a wonderful day. Up next is
Good
Radio.
morning. Good morning.